Book of Revelation, chapter 13, and verse 15, the NLT. He was then permitted to give life to this statue so that it could speak. Then the statue of the beast commanded that anyone refusing to worship it must die. KJV. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem HaMashah, Wahara Kakadash. The honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. The scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen, but with the 144,000 preachers to the prophet Shalom. Now you get this word killed, right? It's literal, but we're gonna get the root word, right? The word kill. Apoctinaio,
Strong's G 615.
Apoctino. You get the root word apa.
Strong's G 575. Apa.
Of separation. Of local separation after verbs of motion from a place. Of departing or fleeing. Of separation of a part from the whole. You see that? Of a state of separation, that is distance. Physical, of distance of place. Temporal, of distance of time. So if you don't worship this New World Order, this image of what they got set up, you will be separated from society, exiled, and or killed. Right? Now, I was watching the big brother right here, Ashiar from Charlotte. And I spoke on this the other day.
All right,
How they got federal police now. All right? But he did a lesson on it. And I put the link in the description box. It's a must watch right here, man. All right, it says, the new federal police force is here. Brutal wars in the streets soon. Right. Hey, you got to watch this video. You got to watch the video. So it was on my spirit to type in to go into what national police is. All right. But real quick, let's get this, because these troops, right? Esau's gang, Tom Holman said his gang is bigger than everybody else's gang. So when you get these troops right here, his gang, right? You see, they're already snatching up Northern Kingdom and part of Southern Kingdom, but they're coming after all 12 tribes. All right, and also you Edomites, they're gonna start coming after you all once they implement this New World Order. Y'all keep thinking that they're just going after so-called illegals. Y'all keep thinking they're not going to come after those of us who've been here, already born here. All right? Y'all keep thinking that you good. Israel, 2/3. Hey, you Edomites, y'all keep thinking y'all good. Because Yahweh Shema Shai going to show you something. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, is going to show you something, man. All right? 2nd Ezra 16 and 68. Now, this is talking about us. But they're going to come after you Edomites, too. If you don't bow the knee to this New World Order, they're going to separate, exile you from society, ship your ass off. Concentration camp, too. Once they get to that point, not right now, and or they're going to kill you. All right? Literally. All right? You keep thinking the Constitution and the laws are for you. No. Check this out. Let's read this first. 2 Ezra 16-68. For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. This is just the beginning, what they're doing with the Northern Kingdom. Okay, and them Haitians, man. All right, which is a part of Southern Kingdom. It's only the beginning. It's gonna get worse. National reports they said they got mosquitoes the size of elephants. But you know they're exaggerating. But hey, the mosquitoes down in Florida, hey, I heard they pretty damn big, man. So they got all types of big bugs in there. They're not getting medicine. They feeding them food. They got maggots in it. Matter of fact, I think I got the article. Let's see. I'm trying not to make this long, but hey, you know, we always roll with the Holy Spirit, man. That's a must. Hey, check this out. Trump threatens a 35% tariff on Canadian goods, and other nations will be charged up to 20%. That was an hour ago. Let's see. FedEx plans to lay off 480 workers and close 2 facilities. Hey, check this out, too. It says states' rural hospitals will lose $3.7 billion in Medicaid, and SNAP could end. Legislative documents states. Hey, going into that racism is at an all-time high. That lesson you had about Shema Shabbat earlier says he looked guilty. White woman accuses 15-year-old black teenager of stealing her wallet at Memphis Walmart. White nationalist hate group caught taking advantage of Texas flood disaster. Of course. But y'all swear our people are the ones who be milking the system. Man, no, it's y'all. It's literally y'all. We just the face of it. Y'all paint us as the face of it. But no, y'all be the ones milking the system. Getting over and shit. Right? It says Iran claims it could, you see, ass innate. I had to say it like that. Trump, while he sunbathes at Mar-a-Lago amid alert over terrorist sleeper cells in the U.S. Let's see. It says Democrats threaten government shutdown if GOP passes $9.4 billion recession bill. Let's see. It says idiot guns pulled as Proud Boys and anti-fascists clash in park, and that Egyptian against Egyptian. It says Iran official warns Trump could be hit by drone strike. Meet the new National Police Force. That's what we going into now. It says robot performs surgery with 100% accuracy. See, bye-bye jobs. 8 places that no longer accept cash in 2025. It's going to like theme parks, you know, games and stuff like that. It says, get ready to see 10,000 more agents to take the streets as ICE becomes biggest police force in the U.S. That's that federal police force, that national police force. But that's all it's turning. That's all it is. Yeah, this is what I wanted right here. Alligator Alcatraz detainees detailed giant bugs in malfunctioning toilets 1 week after opening. See, like I was going into before this even came out, it was on my spirit because they built it too fast, man. Ain't no way in the world that stuff is functioning properly, man. Then had the inspectors come out of none. All right, none of that. Yeah, this article right here. It says if the location wasn't already horrifying enough, calls calls from Alligator Alcatraz's first detainees reveal the disgusting reality of their living conditions. See, it's inhumane. The second April 16 that we read, the Miami Herald reported that the migrants' toilets didn't flush. They had little or no access to showers. I didn't see any showers. Maybe it's in another area, or toothbrushes, and inside the temperatures went from freezing to sweltering. So that's torture. That's inhumane. They playing with the thermostat. Also, there are a lot of big bugs. Let me see. It says, why would you treat a human like that? Asked the wife of a Venezuelan man living in Alligator Alcatraz. They come here for a better life. I don't understand. We are supposed to be the greatest nation under God, but we forget that we're under God, she said, right? Because this place is a hypocritical nation, man. All right? Hey, that's why the scripture said the joy, know you not that the joy of the hypocrite is for a moment. Hey, Yahweh Shema Shah says in Psalms that what hast thou to do to declare my statutes since thou hatest righteousness, man? All right? I think this the article too, reports of like bugs and maggots in the food. Let me see. I don't want to spend too long. Yep. The Wadi Yahweh Shema Shah. It says, he stated that food at the migration facility is limited and unclean. They only brought a meal once a day and they had maggots. They never take off the lights for 24 hours. So you can't sleep in that shit, man. So they literally torturing Jake, man, and draining their energy so they can't sleep. You cannot sleep with the lights on. It says the mosquitoes are as big as elephants, like Figueroa said. So, hey, you pretty much, hey, you see what it's going into. You see what it's saying. Other detainees echoed like Figueroa's remarks, accusing the facility of violating their human rights. They're not respecting our human rights. We're human beings. We're not dogs. We're like rats. And an experiment, one man said during the same call. You see that? You see? You see? 2nd Ezra 16, 6 to 9, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and reproach and trodden on the foot, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shah. They should be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those. They should be like madmen sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Yahweh Shema Shah, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. You see that? Then shall it be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as going to fight. Hey, they're coming after the Israelites. But hey, going back to the National Police Force, right? I typed in, what is the National Police Force? Federal law enforcement in the United States. The federal government of the United States empowers a wide range of federal law enforcement agencies to maintain law and public order related to matters affecting the country as a whole. AI overview. In the United States, there is a single centralized national police force. Instead, law enforcement is primarily handled at the local and state levels. But hey, I'm going to keep reading. Watch this. It says, with various federal agencies focusing on specific areas of federal law. It says these federal agencies like the FBI, DEA, and Secret Service operate under the authority of the federal government and enforce federal laws. Right? Remember, federal law, federal law. And also keep in mind federal offenses. Right? Because hey, they go after those who what? Break federal laws. So people are committing what? Federal offenses. Right? Here's a more detailed explanation. Decentralized system. The U.S. Constitution emphasizes a decentralized approach to law enforcement. with primary responsibility resting with states and local jurisdictions. Hey, you can forget all that. You can forget all that. Cause they ain't, hey, the state and local jurisdictions, hey, they ain't got nothing on this new federal police force, man. This national police force. All right. It says, here what it said, they can't even hold them long. The state, they can't even hold them long. It says federal agencies like the FBI, DEA, and Secret Service focus on enforcing federal laws, investigating federal offenses, and protecting national interests. No single national police force. Unlike some countries with a centralized national police force, the U.S. relies on a network of federal, state, and local agencies that collaborate to address law enforcement needs. Examples of federal agencies: FBI investigates a wide range of federal crimes including terrorism, cybercrime, and public corruption. DEA focuses on drug-related crimes and enforcement of federal drug laws. Secret Service protects national leaders and investigates financial crimes. Customs and Border Protection protects borders and enforces customs laws. Immigration and Customs Enforcement enforces immigration laws. Right? It says state police or highway patrol focus on state level laws, while local police departments handle day-to-day law enforcement within their jurisdiction. Right? So you see what national police are for, state and local, right? Now with these national police, right, who are federal, what I did was, what did I type in, man? Let me see. This is my other phone. I should have wrote it down. Yeah. If someone enters the U.S. illegally, is that a federal crime? Nelson, yes. Yes, entering the United States illegally is a federal crime. Specifically, 8 United States Code 1325 makes it a crime for an alien to enter the United States at a time or place other than as designated by immigration officers. This is considered an improper entry on the federal law. Right? So you see, that's a federal offense. All right? So, hey, this national police is going after all of them, right? Primarily, hey, the Israelites that came in through the border. All right? So, Northern Kingdom and Jamaicans and Haitians, which are part of Southern Kingdom. Now, going right back into that Revelation 13:15, right? Is terrorism a federal crime? If you type in is domestic terrorism federal crime, it's gonna say no, and it's gonna give you a bunch of bullshit. But the answer is yes. Domestic terrorism is a federal crime. It says AI overview, yes, terrorism, whether domestic or international, you see, is a federal crime in the United States. Federal laws define terrorism as violent acts intended to intimidate or coerce a civilian population, influence government policy, or affect government conduct through mass destruction, assassination, or kidnapping. Right? Now that's terrorism in general, domestic or international. Domestic is homegrown terrorism. Hey, check this out. treason, dissent. Being labeled a treasonous, dissent. Being labeled a dissent. I don't know how the word consider you a felon. I guess that's how you will put it. No, being labeled as someone who dissents or one who is a dissenting opinion does not automatically mean they are considered a felon. The legal context, in legal context, a dissent refers to a judge or justice who disagrees with the majority opinion of a court, particularly in appellate cases like those in the Supreme Court. It says dissenting opinions, while important for expressing alternative viewpoints and potentially influence future legal interpretations, are not binding law. A felon, on the other hand, is a serious crime. A felony, on the other hand, is a serious crime, typically punishable by a year or more in prison and substantial fines. A person is legally considered a felon only after being formally tried, convicted, and sentenced for a felony offense. Being arrested or charged with a felony does not automatically make someone a felon until conviction and sentencing, right? So dissent. Check this out real quick. Dissent definition. The expression or holding of opinions at variance with those previously commonly or officially held. Verb, hold or express opinions that are at variance with those previously commonly or officially expressed. So, they say, that's not a felony. But they're going to label you as a felon for being a dissent, meaning for having your own opinion and not going with the system. This new order. That's why, again, come on. You read Revelation 13 and 15, and he had power to give life into the image of the beast, this new order, this system, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed and or separated. So you should ask yourself, how they gonna just kill you? How they gonna know? That's what the troops for. That's what the national police for. The national police forces for. You see? So they gonna label you as a dissent, and they gonna label you as a felon. All right. Now you get you type in well, we did terrorism. We just did dissent. If you type in man, damn, man. I think I'm gonna have to pause because I lost my train of thought. If you type in, let me pause. It's another way. I said it earlier, but I just can't remember. But when I type in, what do you call someone who goes against the government? It says AI overview. Someone who goes against the government can be called a dissenter, rebel, revolutionary, depending on the specific nature of their oppression. That's what we just looked up, dissent. A dissenter expresses disagreement, while a rebel or revolutionary actively opposes the government through actions or movements. In some cases, their actions might be considered treasonous. That's the word I wanted. The White House by Shema Shah. Treasonous. You see? it says, additionally, those who refuse to obey specific laws or commands but do so publicly and non-violently might be called practitioners of civil disobedience. Treasonous. That's all they're going to label you as, treasonous. All right? That's treason. All right? That's treason, right? So listen to what they just said, right? Treason. Treasonous. Involving or guilty of the crime of betraying one's country. You see? And that's a federal offense. It says involving or guilty of the betrayal of someone or something. Right? So going against this new world order, you'll be labeled as a treasonous. Okay? That's treason. All right? So you see how they contradict themselves with the definition of dissent and treason. All right? Is treason, yeah, that's punishable by death, and up to 25 years in prison, fines, and or death. Is treason a felony? Yes, treason is considered a felony, the most serious type of crime. In the United States, treason is defined in the Constitution. It involves levying war against the U.S. or giving aid and comfort to its enemies, and it carries the potential penalty of death or life imprisonment. Hey, it says what? It involves levying war against the U.S. or giving aid and comfort to its enemies, and it carries the potential penalty of death or life imprisonment. Hey, remember, treasonous is the same, it's pretty much the same as a dissenter. So they didn't say if you just disagree with the government, you can be labeled as a treason or as a treasonous. That's actually treason. You see? So you see how it's the same thing. So they're going to label people as dissenters, as treasonous, which would be a federal offense. All right? Before you have the National Police Force, who are federal agents. So you see, they're going to come after anybody who is not in agreement with this New World Order beast system. If you don't want to get down with this New World Order rules and regulations and laws, you're a dissenter. They're going to label you as a treasonous federal offense, punishable by death or life in prison, where you can be exiled, or they might just ship you off. All right? To another country and another prison. It's still imprisonment, or they could throw your ass in the water. Hey, Trump already said he want to bring back the firing squad and the guillotines. You see that? So you Edomites, when you get to the point where Esau, Trump, these elites want everybody to bow the knee to get in line with this New World Order and take this MOTB, if you go against it, you're going to be labeled as a treasonous, a dissenter, which is a federal offense. Though they said a dissenter is not a felony, yes it is. We just read it. They contradicted themselves. All right? They literally contradicted themselves. So again, right now they're going after the Northern Kingdom and of the Southern Kingdom, they're going after the Haitians. All right? But soon they're going to come after all 12 tribes. All of us, even those of us born here in America. All right? Us Native Americans. Hey, and you Negroes, okay, that came over on the slave trade, descendants of the slave trade, of the slaves. Hey, and you Edomites, they're going to come after y'all too if you don't bow the knee. All right? So, hey, this is the time that we are in, man. All right? So when Yahweh Shah said, hey, this is the worst time ever since it was a nation, he wasn't playing. All right? So you can't just look up words like that definition mean this or this ain't a felony or what. No, man. Hey, everything is wordplay with Esau, man. Look, their laws are worded and coded to contradict itself or for them to go against it. All right? And it doesn't matter anyway because they can break them anyway. They wrote them. You ever known for this man to be true? To be true to a damn covenant? No, man. As a matter of fact, the scriptures tell you what's that? Psalms 50. Shit, man. What you got? Psalms 50, 55, I think.
I'm sick of ads.
Shut up, bitch. And 20. He has put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He has broken his covenant, you see? He's a covenant breaker. Covenant is a contract and agreement. He always do that. Hey, look at all them there, almost 300, 500 peace treaties he made with Gad and Reuben. He broke every damn last one of them. All right? You think he's going to keep his own word? I'm like, nigga, I'm Esau. I break my own word. You know I ain't going to keep my word with you. And now you get Matthew 24, we're going to close out. And 21, Yahushua speaking, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Yeah, okay, Esau gonna kill every damn body, man. Hey, that's why Yahweh Shema Shai he's already shortened the days, he gonna make it even quicker. Only for the elect of Israel's sake, man. So you see, man, hey, this is the time we in. And hey, so get ready to be labeled, man. Alright? As felons. Alright? Even homegrown. Even us that preach. Alright? Hey, we're labeled as felons. They're gonna label us as felons. Alright? Treasonous. Dissenters. And all those who believe, all of the elect, you can be labeled as the same. But listen, even those who just listen, and you ain't even sincere, they gonna label you as the same. Alright? You Edomites who don't get down with the program, Esau's program, they gonna label you as the same, man. But anyway, I put the brother video in the description box, man. Shalom.